Hey everyone, Kyle here from Poseidon's Pet. So if you caught my last live stream, you know I did my big 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So thank you everybody for participating. John and Michelle Morgan, they were nice enough to send out some shrimp to some of our winners, and they were nice enough to send me some shrimp as well. So I definitely appreciate it. I got my package today, so I got my shrimp. So let's go ahead, get these guys unboxed, get them into a tank. Let's see what we got and what they sent us. So thanks again for sending out these shrimp. Definitely appreciate it, but stay tuned and see what kind of shrimp we got. Let's get to it. Let's go. I always love unboxing new shrimp, so thank you, John, thank you, Michelle, so much for the shrimp. Got our first bag here, and we got some really nice looking wine reds. These guys look fantastic. Some good, nice, solid white, deep, dark red on their heads. They look great. Next bag, looks like we got some orange eye yellow King Kongs. I'm definitely a little partial to some of the orange eye varieties. I already have some orange eye black devils and some orange eye red devils, so excited to have some orange eye yellow King Kongs in the shrimp room. These guys are gonna look great. And then third bag, looks like we got some of those red fancy tigers, and these are one of my all-time favorite shrimp. They look fantastic. All right, so I got these guys all unboxed and they look amazing. You know, I was only expecting a couple shrimp, you know, just a bag of shrimp, and they look fantastic. So my original plan was to put the fancy tigers in with my other fancy tigers, but these look too nice. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to mix my fancy tigers with these because mine look good, but these look way better. So I'm gonna have to move some shrimp around to get these guys in their own tank, so that way they can breed true and do their thing. But check out what I got. Super excited. Thank you so much for the shrimp. These guys look awesome. So definitely over the moon, super happy. Got some of those red wines. These guys look great. Some of the orange eye yellow King Kongs, and of course some red fancy tigers, which these guys look phenomenal. And my tigers look nice, they look good, but these guys are also mixed with some blacks. So if these are, you know, breeding true to that red, I'm gonna keep them as pure as possible. So I'm gonna leave that tank where it is, let them do their thing. I'm gonna move my black Galaxy fish bones up into my pinto tank. I'm gonna move my red pintos into the pinto tank. So we're just gonna do a mixed pinto tank, and later on I can selectively breed the best ones. Don't have the lights on, but this is my crystal tank. It's just some, you know, very plain black crystal shrimp, a couple red ones in there. I'm gonna mix these guys with the crossbreeding project of the pure red line reds with my blue bolts. So crystals are gonna go in the pure red line blue bolts. Both pintos are gonna go into the pinto tank, and then these guys are all gonna get their own tank. So I got some shrimp moving around to do. I got some drip acclimating to do. So once I got some shrimp caught, once I've got everything drip acclimated, we'll come back, show you guys what we're working on. So let's get to it. Get all the shrimp mixed around, moved around, all in their homes. So we'll be right back. So I captured all the red pintos, I captured all of the black Galaxy fish bones, and I captured all of my crystals out of the 20-gallon tank. We're gonna put these guys in a container, that way they can drip acclimate. And I like to drip acclimate for at least 12 to 24 hours. Got the orange eye yellow King Kongs in the mixed moss tank, got the crystals in the breeding project tank, and then the others, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in their respective tanks on the rack. My black Galaxy fish bones and my red pintos are gonna go into my mixed pinto tank for now, and then I'll separate them out later for color. The red fancy tigers are gonna go in the old black Galaxy fish bone tank, and then the wine reds are gonna go in the red pinto tank. So I chose those tanks because of the stocking level. The bacteria should be able to hold up for the new colony. So I had to go into work early and got stuck late. These guys have been dripping for over 24 hours. Let's go check on them and see how they're doing. A little bit of a glare there, but we got some wine reds, some red fancy tigers, and then my red pintos, my black Galaxy fish bones, some crystal reds, crystal blacks, And of course the orange eye yellow King Kongs. So I'm gonna get these guys into a clear container, get them temperature acclimating, and we'll be right back. So I got all the shrimp in their containers. These guys look absolutely amazing. I can't wait to add them to the tanks. But these are the red wines. Definitely look fantastic. These are my crystals, which this line needs some work. So I have no issues adding this to the Blue Bolt Crystal Red Crossbreeding project, because I'm just gonna have to buy some new crystals and start over. These guys, they're okay. They're not the greatest, but they could be better. And then of course we've got, see if I can do this without spilling them. Got my red pintos. Some of them are looking like they're struggling a little bit, but we'll see how they do. And of course my Black Galaxy fish bones. I got quite a few buried females in both of these. That's why I dripped them for so long. So these guys were dripping for probably at least 28 hours. So definitely ready to go back in their tank, ready to go. But let's look at the others. Then we've got the orange eye yellow King Kongs, which these guys look fantastic as well. I can't wait. And last but not least, one of my all-time favorites and what I am super excited for, as long as I don't spill them into the tank. Red Fancy Tigers. So these guys are gonna get their own tank. They look amazing. They look super good, so can't wait. But yeah, I'm gonna temperature acclimate these guys for a half hour. So they're just gonna sit in the tanks just like this for a half hour. Then I'm gonna release them in there. So we'll come back after they're ready to go and we'll see them in their new homes. All right, so these guys have been temperature acclimating for about a half hour. We're gonna go ahead and release them into the tank. So, you know, release the Kraken. There's tons of babies in there, so I'm excited to see how these guys do in the tank and to see how fast they start breeding, because they look decent size. So we'll see how those go. That was the red wine, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the camera down. While we drop things down, we're gonna release the Red Fancy Tigers, or they're gonna release themselves. So quite a few juveniles in here, as well as little guys. And be free, little shrimp. Be free. Giant cluster of them. Just want to make sure there's no more in the cup. Quick once over. Looks like they all swam out, so we're good. So this is my Black Galaxy fishbone and my red pintos. Just going into the mixed pinto tank for now. Once I get a new air system, I'm going to be able to separate all of these guys out, get them back into their own tanks. But for now, you gotta do what you gotta do. No more in the container. Go ahead and release the Black Galaxy fish bones. Now we're going to move on to the crossbreeding project with the crystal reds and the blue bolts. So just going to release all of my crystals into this tank. It's just gonna be a crystal party. Crystal shrimp party. Be free. Quite a few buried females in there as well, so hopefully they all do okay. Last but not least, we've got the orange eye yellow King Kongs. So this was the old crystal tank. Gonna go ahead and release these guys into there. and be free. Yeah, all of these shrimp look super fantastic. Can't wait to see how they do. Got the red wines, red fancy tigers, all the pintos, all the crystals and blue bolts. So it's been a long day. I'm gonna let these guys settle. We're gonna let them transition for a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll do a feeding video, see how they're liking their new tanks, and we'll just check them out. We'll enjoy the shrimp being shrimp, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll come back with some close-ups. All right, so it's been a few days later. Shrimp are nice and hungry. Let's go ahead and feed the tanks. And what I wanna do is I'm gonna show you guys all of my shrimp. So we're gonna do a quick shrimp room tour, show off all the shrimp that I have, and then we'll showcase the new guys so that way you guys can see those. But let's go check out some shrimp. Let's get to it. So this tank here is my Shadow Panda, Shadow Missouri hybrid tank. So I'm working on mixing my blue bolts with my black King Kongs. And you could kind of see this guy here. Come on, little guy. You can do it. There you go. So yeah, that little guy there, definitely getting some cool little babies in here. So we'll see how this tank does. All my pintos got the buried females moved over. So we mixed our lower grades with our Black Galaxy fish bones and our red pintos. Something I didn't really want to do, but until I set up some more tanks, this is what we're gonna have for these guys. Some dragon bloods, and these guys are doing great. Look at all those berries. I should be seeing some baby shrimp here soon. They berried up on January 12th. So it's been almost a whole month. So next couple weeks I should see some berries in here. So hopefully we'll see something here soon. Some black and red fancy tigers. These guys are doing good. Got these from the Garden of Eder. Have had a few offspring, a few different generations. So pretty soon I'll be able to start culling them out and picking the best ones. But these guys look really good. Another Garden of Eder. Got those backline tie bees. These guys are doing well. Had a few offspring as well. So a few generations going. Then we got some Blue Bolt Extremes. These are from Lucky Aquatics. Got these from Shelly, and I have my first generation of offspring. Don't know if you can see them, but there is tons of babies in here. Not seeing any on camera, but tons of little guys. There's one right there. So yeah, absolutely a ton of little tiny babies in this tank. So excited to see how they grow up and how they do. Red Calcios, these guys are doing fantastic. Buried up again, got tons of little babies in here, so pretty soon I'm gonna have a massive colony of these guys. So this is my Thai Bee Tang Thai crossbreeding project. So I just got a bunch of Thai bees as well as some Tang Thais in here. There's an orange eye blue tiger, one of my last award-winning orange eye blue tigers. So third place Aquashella winners in there. Colony didn't make it, so the colony didn't make it, but I got one last orange eye blue tiger in there. Some pure red line crystal reds. These guys look awesome. Have quite a few in this tank, and pretty soon I'm going to start culling them out to just be those head spots. So I'll get rid of any of the ones that have the tail spots. So pretty soon I'll have a real nice colony of these guys too. So these guys are my advanced black Menashes from Shelly over at Lucky Aquatics. And I had a little bit of a setback in this tank, but they're bouncing back. And it looks like a big buried female took the food back there, so we don't get any close-ups of these guys, but definitely exciting to announce. I have some shrimplets that have survived, and they are starting to do well and explore the tank. So the next generation is underway, but I lost quite a few shrimp in this tank. So I lost 6 shrimp due to an accident with some alder cones that I put in the tank. I set up a little makeshift tumbler. More to come on that. Got a couple eggs in there, hoping to save those guys. Another colony from Lucky Aquatics. So these are orange eye black devils and blue dragon blood. So this is my orange eye black devil, blue dragon blood crossbreeding project. I have a few shrimplets in here, but not too many. So I will say I am not impressed with ADA. So these 3 tanks, my Blue Gold Extreme, Nanashis, and the Orange Eye Black Devil with the Dragon Bloods are all on ADA, and they are my only tanks that I don't really have a surplus of babies. So these are the only tanks that are just not doing so well. They're doing okay, shrimp are doing good, so we'll see how it goes over time, but I'm not, so far, not impressed with the ADA. We'll see what happens though. We'll move on to the 5 gallons. So these are my green auras, or green apple shrimp. And I'm working this line. I've got some of them that still look a little yellow, but this is a Aura Blue Serrata crossed with a Tangerine Tiger, and they have that green color. So I want to get some more Aura Blues for this tank to add to them to give them more of that green, but they're doing good. They're thriving in the little 5 gallon. My next project, look at that girl. Look how buried she is. This is my red striped Serrata tank. And these are a cross as well, but these are a Serrata cross, and I'm starting to get quite a few of these guys, but not sure if you'll be able to see them. They really blend into the soil, but had a few generations in here, and the babies are just starting to come around and move about. So we'll see how they do, but excited to see if the offspring have the red stripes. And then I've got a few orange eye red devils in this last 5 gallon. So absolutely a ton of shrimp in the Blue Bolt crystal crossbreeding tank. So excited to see what happens after adding all those crystal blacks, but definitely have a few of these pure red lines in here that are buried up. So not sure if they're buried up from the Blue Bolts, but we'll see what happens after a few generations and see what we get out of this tank. You can't have a shrimp room without a mixed Caridina tank. So this tank has pretty much every type of shrimp I've ever had, and we're definitely getting some interesting looking shrimp in this tank. I gotta separate a few of them out, add them to the Tang Thai B tank, but always cool to look at this tank and see some of the cool stuff that we get out of it. And this tank has been struggling as well. Whatever was on those alder cones, it just messed the tanks up. So I don't know if it was a contaminant or water parameter fluctuation, but I got the carbon filter in there. You can see I'm still having some daily deaths. This is the last tank that's struggling, so hopefully soon it bounces back. If you guys know my mixed Caridina tank, there was a ton of shrimp in this tank. This is all there is, so there's not much left. I was pulling out 5 or 6 a day, so this tank has always given me trouble, always had a hard time. So I added more soil. I just topped it off with another inch of that bright well just to give it a better chance. So we'll see what happens there. It seems to be bouncing back now. Now that we've seen all the shrimp I've already had, let's go check out the new shrimp and how they're doing. So let's go see how they're doing. All right, first tank we got those wine reds, which these guys look awesome. Definitely doing well. I noticed that there was a buried female in here. I think that's her back here. And some little guys. So excited for these to see how they take off and see if we can get that deeper shade of red in there, but they look awesome. So orange eye yellow King Kong, loving the bright yellow body, orange eyes. These guys look fantastic. Definitely enjoying their life in the mixed moss tank. So I took all those crystals out, added a little bit more substrate just to top it off, but they're loving it in there. Quick cameo from the convicts. So got these guys at the swap meet, put a cycled sponge in there, threw some dragonstone, but they're doing good, loving it, enjoying their life. Gave them some spinach the other day, and they just absolutely tore it up. So last but not least, these are the guys that I was super excited for. Absolutely loved how these looked on camera. Love how they look in person, but These fancy tigers look amazing. Looks like we got a girl that's buried up already. They wasted no time. They're super happy already. So I can't wait for these guys to start breeding, start doing their thing. They look fantastic. So thank you so much, John and Michelle. These guys are awesome. But that's the extent of the shrimp room tour, as well as this video. So John, Michelle, thank you guys so much for the shrimp. You're fantastic. Thank you so much for the giveaway as well. You're too kind. I definitely appreciate the shrimp, and I'm excited to have the new additions in the shrimp room, and I know they're gonna take off and start breeding well, so excited for those. But if this is your first time to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit the bell. That way you're notified of all my future videos and giveaways. I like to give away free stuff, so you know, stay tuned, hit that bell so you're notified of all my future content. Do me a favor, go smash that like button, and as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.